is up? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I am your host, Allan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you this Saturday. I'll tell you what, before we get to that, let's take a look at how we did on Friday. So, yeah, some X's, some greens. I think it was what? I can't count. 7-5, something like that, or 5-7. Yeah, tough day here. Now, you see college baseball. Look, 2 out of 5 in regards to our parlays. However, with the juice, we come out unscathed, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Nice job, our man Zach Attack here with the Cleveland State -1.5. Chip Patterson, he had to hurt on that one for Zach to hit it, but well done on that. All right. Everyone, we want you to get into our 2023 March Madness Bracket Challenge via cbssports.com. Compete against everyone on the show, everyone in the chat. We're all in it together, competing for prizes and so much more. We'll announce all those. But to join, obviously, it's free. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen or join it via link, tinyurl.com/theearlyedge. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show here. Get this thing fired up. So first off, boys, Micah Roberts, how we doing, sir?
Doing great, man. Pretty excited. Got the pitchers and catchers, baseball, 16 teams in Arizona ready to roll. Check that out. And I'll complain about the rule changes, I guess, next week after I see it and get mad at it at the park. But, yeah, I'm not real happy about the rules, and I'm not happy about a commissioner that doesn't even like baseball and is instituting rules. This is just ridiculous. But anyway, how you doing?
No, look, first off, I agree. And second off, man, I'm doing good. Jamie, my man, how we doing, sir?
What's up, baby? I'm doing good. I going through a little bit of NBA withdrawals here. Really, All-Star weekend is nice, but I'm excited to get back to business next week.
Yeah, dude, it feels weird, like, with no games. You know what I mean? Like, just feels odd.
Especially with the football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, no kidding, dude. Bobby Locks, Berg Betts, how we doing, sir?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me again. I had to break out the Trinidad and Tobago T-shirt since Bucket's new nickname is Wolf the Dennis Stanson from D2 Mighty Ducks.
Dude, great jersey right there. D2, D1. I mean, those two, like, it's an institution. You know what I mean? All right, let's get into our storylines that affect the betting lines for today. And Micah Roberts, coming over to you, man. NASCAR season is here. Daytona. Break it down. What do we need to know, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm so excited. Just for Wednesday night, they just had single car qualifying, and I made it a party out of it. I was so happy to hear the sounds, the roar of the engine going around the track, even at one car at a time. It was music to my ears, something I've been waiting for all winter, and that I didn't realize that I needed so much NASCAR. I felt the rumble so good that the vibrations were coming from my TV. It was like a 4D experience from this with just qualifying. So needless to say, I was real excited about the duels from Thursday. That was fun. Had one of the winners in that race. And practices don't really matter much. There's one today. There was one yesterday. Jimmy Johnson was fastest yesterday, but that's with draft times and stuff. So you can't really take it for any type of value as far as you would say if the race was at Las Vegas or Martinsville. You would really take the practice into effect there. So it's super speedway racing. We haven't seen a NASCAR champion win in the last 11 races at Daytona. And that's kind of surprising. It shows that anybody, it's wide open. Anybody can win the races. And so you got to take a chance on a couple of them. One of those guys I'm looking at is Noah Gragson, the rookie from Las Vegas. He's driving the number 42 car. He's 45-1. I'm going to take a shot on him. I've got 6 to 7 drivers. I'm only going to give out 4 here. Kyle Busch, this is his, 17 races without a win. He hasn't had a Daytona 500 win, only 1 win at Daytona. And then you look at the fact that he's with Richard Childress Racing now. And in the 17th year of Dale Earnhardt without a win in Daytona 500, it happened. So I like stories like that in NASCAR. I like the kind of feel-good story. Kyle Busch would be one of the best stories if he won the Daytona 500, just because it's been so long for him. He's 12-1. Bubba Wallace, 16-1. He's got 4 top 5s at Daytona, one of his best tracks, 2 runner-ups in the Daytona 500. He's 16-1. And then William Byron at 17-1. He's a winner at Daytona from 2 years ago. I think he's going to be really good in his Hendrick car. And you got to throw some of the guys out. I mean, all the Hendrick cars are going to be good there, but Byron has a skill set. Elliott won twice last year, but I had to throw somebody out. I did not take Chase Elliott as one of my 7 drivers. So gonna just work it out and figure out some way to work a party mode into that tomorrow and just make it NASCAR Sunday, college basketball, and maybe the NBA. I don't know. I mean, what happened to the NBA? Why don't they just do conferences again? Why do they keep trying to upgrade themselves? We're so smart. Look at this format. We're going to have this. Now they have the last guy. He's angry because he's the last guy picked. And so they're changing this. I can't keep up with it. I'll just do East-West again, please.
Yeah. Look, first, okay. I agree with that, being that, I'm here in Tennessee and we have the Memphis Grizzlies who are in the West, and I have to stay up till 2 a.m. to watch Grizzlies games, every single night. Now, Mike, I'll say this. With NASCAR being back, all right, means our man Trent Wade is back. He's fired up about it. I'm going to give you some of his plays here real quick. Okay. I want your thoughts. If there's anything that you like, dislike, you just pick what, either ones, all right? Ryan Blaney, top 10, minus 125. Joey Logano, top 10, plus 120. Ross Chastain, outright, plus 2,200 at quarter of a unit. Ryan Blaney, outright, plus 1,300, quarter of a unit. And William Byron outright plus 1,900, quarter of a unit. Any of those stick out to you?
Yeah, I like Byron. I also like Chastain. He's one of my guys I have to win at 18-1 odds, something like that. And then the matchups I'm not a big fan of. I'm also not a big fan of totals because of the volatile nature of super speedway racing. Anybody can be in the top 10 as opposed to Martinsville, where the top guys are going to be in the top 10. You can count on a top 10 out of Blaney or Logano more effectively than you can here, where the true rating of a driver completely is thrown out the window. As I had mentioned, they don't have the champions winning more. So there's no consistency. The top guy right now of guys that have raced 4 or 5 races or more at Daytona is 12.4 by Bubba Wallace. And you see all the other guys at 18.4 because they get in wrecks unsuspectingly, not their fault. They just get part of wrecks, and you're going to be part of the 10, 15 car pileup, and that takes away value for me. So I stay away from that stuff. I just bet the odds to win unless I get some real juicy plus numbers on matchups, because anybody can win, anybody can finish higher than the other.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. That's great information. All right, I want to talk about college baseball because we didn't get a chance to really dive into it yesterday on the Early Agent 5 because obviously it's only 5 minutes long. So we had to go live yesterday because the game started early. So you'll see a TCU Oklahoma. We had to give that out at like 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning to get that one out there. But today, obviously, we can get it in the morning show. We're going to get ahead of them. Understand, anybody that's brand new to college baseball betting, it's a weekend affair, right? So when you have series that are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have to approach it that way. I mean, one, don't get used to the parlays. It's just opening weekend. There's wild lines out there. That's not going to stay. But the way to approach it is that you get stronger throughout the weekend as you kind of see the results here. And you'll see on the picks for today in regards to that, right? Like what we call boomerang betting, teams that lose on Friday that are favorites generally come out pretty strong on Saturdays because their ones on Friday, early in the season, they're probably not going to go very long, but their number 2 pitchers are generally much better than who they're going up against, depending on, the favorites and all of that, especially when it's, the opening weekend. We haven't got a conference champion or conference play just yet. So it's a little while to begin with, but understand, like, that's kind of how we approach it, is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We kind of tally up after that. So that's kind of how we go about it. You'll see today we've got more parlays. Again, don't get used to them. It's just opening weekend. Teams are in, tournaments all over the country, and it's kind of wild out there for money lines. Just not really that you can grab. But we'll talk about more about those picks. Enough on that. Let's get to our best bets for today. But before we do, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, let's get into our best bets here. All right. Bobby Locks, coming over to you, man. One play, college basketball. We got Tennessee at Kentucky. Break it down, buddy. What do you got?
Yeah, Allan, I'm sorry. I'm taking Kentucky here. We got some injuries with Tennessee. Julian Phillips and Josiah Jordan-James. They're both listed as questionable. They come off that big win against Alabama at home. And now when this line opened up, I thought it was going to be maybe more Tennessee minus like 3.5, maybe even 4, but we saw it open up at like 2.5, and now it's been trickling down. It's still fluctuating between 1.5 and 2 in some spots. I got it at 2 on Caesars. Kentucky has been playing very, very well at home, despite some of their up and downs. And I just think this is a good letdown spot for Tennessee. I mean, with those injuries, I don't really know what's going to happen, but I know that place is going to be rocking at Rupp Arena. They came off that good win against Mississippi State, which I did. I was on the opposite side, unfortunately. So I think this is a good chance for Kentucky to get a big win here. And they won the first matchup, which I kind of don't like, but this line is kind of speaking to me, saying that Kentucky might be the play in that. And really quickly, I want to add, I saw some people in the chat, our boy Big Cheesy. I do like Baylor +6. I think that's way too many points. I mean, Kansas, they have a good straight up record at home, but I think 6 is way too much to be given Baylor, which especially how well they've been playing. And I saw someone else, I don't know who it was. I do also kind of like UConn -10. It's a big number, but it's big for a reason. I think the first game, I think UConn won by 1, I think, at Seton Hall. It was sweaty, but they've been playing very well at home, so I kind of like that one as well.
All right, there we go. All right, Micah, coming over to you, man. One play as well. Bring it down. What you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with North Texas. It's I put 6 on there, but it's 5.5 everywhere right now. And, road favorite there. That's what you're going to do. You're going to look to take the dog in most cases there. But not this team. Grant McCaslin's team coming off of a great season last year defensively, taking it up a notch this year. 55.8 points allowed scoring by the opponent, which is only 0.4 more than the nation's leader, Houston, at 55.4. This is what they do every game, and they're getting better and better in Conference USA play. Right now, they've won 6 in a row, and they've covered 5 of those games, and just rolling right now. They're second place in Conference USA, 13-3, 1 game behind Florida Atlantic. I think they turn the screws here on UTEP, and they do what great defenses do. They travel well, and this is what makes them really good and going to be a thorn, I think, an NCAA team. I think they'll make it, but probably got to win the conference. But besides that, you got UTEP. They've slumped big time. They've lost their last 3 home games, albeit against good Conference USA teams. 1-6 in their last 7 games, both straight up and against the spread. Down cycle against a team on a high cycle. I feel good about laying 5.5. So there we go, North Texas.
All right. There we go. All right. Tyler says, this is the most boring show I've ever watched. All right. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it. Well done on that one. All right. Jamie. All right, look, dude. Coming over to you. You went. No, there's no NBA. So, you had to dig deep here, right? So, let's see what we've got. You got multiple plays, multiple sports, and we're going to hit on the 3-point contest here in a minute, man. What you got?
So, yeah, like you said, no NBA and no NFL, so I can't be the only one who is definitely feeling some type of withdrawal of my 2 favorite sports. But I got 3 plays, 3 different sports for those people missing those sports, and they'll go over the next 2 days. First off, we got Indiana, Kansas money line parlay. I got it at +124. Indiana has won 8 straight. The last time they lost was versus the Pride of New Jersey Rutgers, which will be a team I have going deep in our early edge bracket pool. So make no mistake about that. And I just don't think Illinois is the powerhouse they once were. Like them to win today. Kansas 16-1 in the last 17 games, and they're strong at home. So I wouldn't lay the points as well, but I do like them in the win. Then we're gonna move over to NHL. I'm got an NHL pick, not a homer pick. I'm a Rangers fan. I am from Jersey, but we are taking the Devils money line. They're going up against the Penguins. Devils are a good team. They had their slump in December. They got the 3rd most wins in the NHL, and they win 74% of their road games. They swept the Penguins so far in the season, and the Penguins are coming off a game last night. They're 5-11, day 2 back-to-back. The Devils are coming off rest, and they're 27-9 coming off rest. So I think it's a good spot. Right now, the line's at 125. I got it last night at -110, but the line's moving pretty fast. The one final play is PGA. I like Will Zalatoris to finish in the top 10. I know you're losing value taking him in the middle of the tournament, but at +105, you're getting good value. He's, in my opinion, because he's a good golfer. We got to see what he had. He hasn't played in about a month, so now we know he's back. Was heating up in the back 9, finished with 4 birdies in his last 8 holes. And he also gets an extra hole today. He'll have 19 holes today. So if he sneaks in a birdie on that 18th hole, from the suspended play from yesterday, you get even better value there. And last year he finished top 10 in 50% of all the tournaments he played when he played on day 3. So we'll see him playing in day 3 today. He's sitting in the top 10 already. So last year, 50% of the time he did finish top 10. So I think he's going to heat up. I have a ticket for him to win the whole tournament and top 5, but I really do like him to finish top 10 tomorrow night.
All right. Look, I'll tell you what. You're sneaking in that extra one, so I'm going to sneak one in right here. 3-point contest tonight, okay? One pick, anything that's in the books, anything you could take. All right? Bobby Locks.
Yeah, this is maybe a little biased pick. I am a Knicks fan, but everyone's undervaluing Julius Randle. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan. I watch mostly every single game. The dude just chucks threes. I mean, he's a big man, but he's just out there just ripping them. I think the one game he had like 5 or 6 in the first quarter. So everyone's worried about Buddy Hield, Tatum, Dame. And I think he's just being undervalued. I like his first round shots over 17.5, which is on DraftKings for minus 110. Also on FanDuel, if you want to drink some juice, it's 16.5 for minus 130. And a lot of hate in the chat this morning, man. I don't get it. Jesus.
Everybody's mad. I don't know why. Jamie, what you got, bro?
I'm taking Dame. You know, this dude is just electric to watch from 3. So. I don't have, much logic to back it up. I just know that when I watch that guy play basketball, he could drain threes from inside the stands. So, I think he's at plus 400. So that's actually a play I'm going to take tonight.
All right. Micah, any thoughts here on the 3-point contest?
I haven't even looked at it.
I was hoping that would be the answer.
I got so many other things going on. But, the folks out there, I don't know, should we do some dancing or something? I mean, how do we entertain them? Let's get some rhythm going.
We can't be Chip Patterson. I mean, there's only one Chip Patterson. Yeah. It's tough. But the one thing, Alan, I did forget to say was before when we were in the pregame thing, for people who are trying to back Illinois today, Terrence Shannon Jr. just got ruled out. So that line is moving if you want to back Indiana. It was at minus 5.5 on Caesars, and now I currently see it moving to 6.5 in some places. So, take that with what you want if you're going to back Illinois or Indiana today at home.
All right, there we go. That's good info. All right, in the chat, real quick. And by the way, look, Jamie, you're taking Dame. I'll take Buddy. I think it's plus 425. Rebecca asked, what's our first XFL pick? Tomorrow morning. Sia Nejad. He has been all over this. And you can look at it at sportsline.com. I know RJ White has multiple articles in regards to the XFL. But, yeah, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, Sia Nejad bringing the heat there. All right.
Yeah, I almost edited an XFL pick. That was something I was really flirting with, and I was like, I couldn't gain the courage to pull the trigger on that.
Dude, I don't know a damn thing about it. Like, in terms of the rosters, I could not tell you. I'm not going to be giving any XFL picks, I'll tell you that. But what I am going to do is pull up our best bets for today. So grab your paper, grab your pencil. Let's take a look at the recap here. All right, JB is on the Devils money line, minus 125. Will Zalatoris, top 10 finish, plus 105. College basketball money line parlay at plus 124. Kansas and Indiana. Micah Roberts is on North Texas, minus 6. Man, Bobby Locksberg Betts is on Kentucky plus 2 at home today against Tennessee. You know what? I'm glad you brought up Kentucky because, look, we've got 5 parlays here. And, again, understand, do not get used to these parlays. We're not going to be doing these throughout the year. It's just opening weekend. These are tournaments. There's wild things going on. 3 top 10 teams lost outright yesterday, right? Like, understand what we have there. All right, so first, college baseball money line parlay, plus 125. We're playing the boomerang here. Maryland, Kentucky, both lost. Both upset. Kentucky should hammer it on Elon, Maryland, and South Florida. Maryland should do their business. We're also going to go parlay minus 105, Arkansas and UCLA. Arkansas had a really nice win against Texas. They're going to be one of the best teams in the country. UCLA, a very easy chalk win yesterday. They should do the same again today. Our third one, moneyline parlay plus 125, Southern Miss. Through a 1-hitter, 1-3-0. We're going to go Wake Forest as well, a top 10 team that handled their business yesterday. We're going to go moneyline parlay minus 130. We're going to go UCLA, UC Santa Barbara, who handled their business, and LSU, the number 1 team in the country, who won 10-0 yesterday. And our final one, we're going to go plus 150 a 3-leg here, Oklahoma who won yesterday. Texas, who we mentioned, lost to Arkansas, should bounce back nicely. Tennessee, same thing, boomerang principle, playing Grand Canyon today. I think Tennessee is a minus 350, 375 favorite. So we're going to play those 3 legs together at plus 150. So there we go. That's our show for today. I'll tell you what, we will bring more energy. Tyler in the chat, dude. I was just messing with you, bro. Like, please don't think that I was hammering down on you, dude. You're good, man, for sure. But we'll be live tomorrow, normal time at 10 a.m. Eastern. And let me say what Daniel says here. Look, more the parlays. Dude, don't disagree. But I'm not playing minus 400. If you want to do that, have fun with it, man. Jump into it. It's the only way we can go about doing it right now. But again, do not disagree with that thought process whatsoever. So we'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.